Very good evening, friends, and you are welcome once again. In the meantime, I take this opportunity to reciprocate to Mr. Traptown. And very humbly speaking, I am so grateful to him. We started, suppose, from unicellulars to Homo sapiens and Cambrian explosion, unicellular to multicellular transformation. Then till now, where we have reached, the answer is simple, that we know more about death than about life. These are not my statements. There was an Islamic scholar, Mr. Rafiq Zakaria, who said this. We know more about death than life. Yesterday I was discussing about addiction. Addiction is the failure of humanity, the failure of evolution. Because the moment you get addicted, your evolution stops. Because your entire energy is channelized in such a different fashion that no newness, no new symbols, no new inventions can happen through your mind. You see, the human mind works through two different modes. One is by habit and another is by intelligence. Here I would like to call the intelligence also as pure conscious. Those who work out of pure conscious, like Mother Teresa, Swami Vivekananda and many others, they are prophets. And the addictions to such persons normally never touch upon. But those who are working out of habit and their life has entirely been very non-creative, those people fall in the trap of addiction. So, very normally speaking, our behavioral pattern itself decides whether we will become addict or not. Entropy, the word you must have heard. Entropy is disorder. And we have already walked so far that we have created a universal disorder. A disorder to such an extent that man is thirsty of the blood of the man. Nations are interested in wiping the people out. This very well started right in 1932, if I am right, from the Second World War. Now we have traveled so far that we don't have options. In fact, our entire existence by and large has been challenged by our own nature. We habitually think that we are Russians, we are Indians and we are Americans. Everybody has a reason to justify, to take glory upon. But all those things are trash. Let me tell you, we are all one. Whether it is a poor person of India or Bill Gates from Microsoft, we are all one. We are not the bodies. We are the pure, supreme, conscious, creative, magnificent, totally complete in itself, the Atma, the soul. We have to discover ourselves. We don't have a way out apart from discovering ourselves. I would request even the Western scientists, they have taken a lot of studies and have brought up a lot of very startling facts in front of humanity. one of the latest discoveries, God particle, and I'm very happy that we are approaching that way also. But unless and until a thorough study of pure consciousness and of those persons who have reached to pure consciousness is taken, we don't have anything to tell to our children and our present generation. Your mind has become antisocial because the frequency of your mind has become a prey to disorder. Your mind has become a prey to disorder. And in case if you want to return back to the glory of Homo sapiens, then we have to revert this chant. The ultimate rich, the ultimate successful is a person who has reached to supreme consciousness, which is very much within his head, because therefrom starts the wisdom, therefrom starts the effort in favor of humanity and in favor of all the biological kingdom, and therefrom starts lots of many other streams. In fact, whatever is happening in the universe by anybody or anyone has ultimately a source in pure consciousness. Then instead of getting involved into what people are doing, inventions and theories, let us go back to the fundamental right away and let us try to delve into the pure conscious, either by meditation or by satsang or whatever. Otherwise, we right now, it looks to me that we are facing the question of that whether we would exist at all or not in future. We have become optionless by our own actions. Mind, the frequency of the mind, the thought frequency, has departed so much away from the cosmic and the complete social frequency in almost all the parts of the world that we justify even criminals, we justify anybody, whatever is happening is acceptable. There are countries who are fighting back, but they also have motives. They also have agendas. So such a fight would also not bring very good to humanity as such. Let us purely work on getting back to pure conscious. And India and Indians have researched on this topic during last at least 5 to 6 or 7,000 years. India is your last resort if you really want to save the humanity and yourself and your kids, wonderful kids, children, and your beautiful wives. Start chanting Om Namah Shivaya and start chanting it. You'll find that tough times are coming to you and they are reflection of your own karmas. But you'll have to face it. There is no other way out. Every time you just want a shortcut. Where is the shortcut to existence? Where is the shortcut to evolution? There was no shortcut, and this process will also not require any shortcut, cannot admit any shortcut, and cannot be achieved by any shortcut. So, chant Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shiv means society. Shiv means consciousness. Shiv means benevolence. Go to some great master. Take his blessings. And in order to save the whole of the humanity, commit your mind to the whole of the humanity and the God. And start chanting the name in whatever way your religion has directed you to recite as many times as possible in the whole day. The name of the God, because the name and the bearer of that name are never separate. The moment you start taking name, the deity is with you, you take it for granted. So chant Om Namah Shivaya. All of you should do, the whole world should do. Because we cannot afford bipolar or multipolar attitude towards the basic and very complicated topic of existence. Let us all become together. Let us all join hands. And let us all first verify our own minds, and let us all first desalinate our own minds, and let us first take out whatever venom is lying in our mind out of the mind as much as possible through the various ways which God has described, maybe Christianity, maybe Muslims. When I talk of Muslims, I really fail to understand how a religion can teach of terrorism. They have to see within themselves. And chanting the name, that will be difficult. The coming times will be difficult because you will be facing your own actions. But ultimately, if you persist with it, with love, the chanting with love, remembering the God with love, if you persist, your wayward emotional frequency, wayward thought frequency would come back to the cosmic frequency and universal psychological social frequency. And after that, you will automatically start finding that the disorders, whether it is in the melting of the glaciers, whether it is greenhouse effect, they automatically will start receding, but it will take time. As you have given ample of time to spoil the earth and spoil your lives, similarly this process also has to take some time, but then you don't have an option. Instead of being one, and let me tell you, it is my guarantee, if you are unsure about the God, at least let me humbly tell you, He is very much within me, and right now I am watching Him. That's why I always keep my eyes closed whenever I talk on some topic. The reason is I don't want to be distracted by you people who were never sinners, but you have committed so many wrongs that now is the time for undoing it. I am dissolved into that. So don't expect that this situation will be reversible in any way, but it is my promise to you, if you people are awakened, arisen, and grown well enough to safeguard the humanity, then I am always with you. The God within me, whom I am seeing every time, every day, in the form of white divine light, He is with you. And if you fail to come to a common platform, remember, most of the humanity will be washed out. Thank you. I would expect Mr. Prashant to take the charge.